Hello, Dr. Pankaj.
Yeah,
Good
yeah, Dr.
morning,
Walter.
sir.
Good morning, good
Greetings
evening.
from the United States.
Okay, thank you, sir. I would like to make a request here.
Um,
Dr. Tan is also present there.
I'm
First,
not
allow
hearing
him.
you.
Okay, not hearing you because I have cleared the mic. Everything is okay. Yeah. Hello. 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 Are you listening me, sir?
Uh,
Are you listening me? Yeah.
Hello, Dr. Tan.
Yeah, Dr. Tan, please.
Okay, so we start now.
Tá, eu vou sair da. Sorry, I'm speaking Portuguese. Sorry. Now I think I will hear you.
Are you
And
hearing me, sir?
yes,
Okay,
now
fine.
I can hear you. So, Dr. Tan, could you start your lecture?
Okay, let me try. You are able to hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Let me share my screen. Sharing screen with the entire screen. Okay, so I assume. Wait a second, and okay, so you're able to see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, everything. Okay, great.
Everything working.
Okay. So how many minutes should I go? 10? Okay, dear colleagues,
20 minutes,
fresh
Dr. Tan.
10 minutes, okay,
20. 20.
20.
Yes.
Okay, I'll try to go for 10, 15 plus. Um, yeah, I would like to share with all my dear colleagues today on a fact review, which I will approach from an ethical perspective because I think fact review is very common, but an ethical perspective is it's rare and also cross cultural dynamics. So we know that social medias applications and so on and so forth has become very very much prevalent, and every time, for example, this is my picture where I went to China, and before I went to China. I went through the social medias and a lot of reviews. So there are really a lot of reviews. Before nowadays, we need the reviews to help us make decisions. So reviews has become very very common, but we face fake online reviews. We do not know which ones are real, which ones are not real, and there are also exaggerated reviews. There are also not quite true reviews, and maybe a lot of misleading review. Those things, affect the revenues of the brands. So, for example, if we are trying to book into using certain services, and if they are doing the fake review, and the tourists or the consumers will not be trusting them, and therefore will reduce the services. So therefore, fake reviews, online fake review does cause a lot of negative effect. All these fake online reviews will therefore negatively affect the online business environment, creating mistrust, revenue reductions. I think it's just like IP, where we have when people are making copies of it, and therefore it reduces the innovation, creativity of the organization. So I think addressing those fake reviews are very, very critical. So to really address those challenges, we do a research, a simple research question, but it is a very, very difficult question, challenging question, is what drives customers to write fake online reviews. So given the lack of an ethical perspective in the external, in the existing literature, we therefore approach by integrating three theories. Very simple theory is the initiating theory is the impression formation theory, where we link to ethical theories. Now, impression formation theory is very much quite easy to understand, because usually we form impression from two situations. When we look at a person's, when we do not know anyone's, and we look at a person's, we usually form an impression from, how smart they are. So we are forming an impression from the competence perspective. So in this situation, we are talking about a brand, the strength of the brand, and how much we have the, we have the relationship with the brand, which is the brand nostalgia. And also we form impression. Usually we form impressions towards a person from the way they behave. So we're talking about the perceived unfairness of these reviews. So we, from a consumer perspective, from a tourist perspective, we see the review as is very much perceived unfairness. And also we are skeptical about the authenticity or the truthfulness of the review. So these two are the two dimensions of morality. So therefore we typically form impression based on competence and morality. And from these two, we link to the ethical theories, which is the protective and the corrective perspective of the from these impressions to the ethics. Because when we talk about ethics, we have the ontological perspective, which is looking into the principles of ethics, and we think that we have a responsibility to do things right, and that is the ontological. That is the principles that drive us to make decision ethically. So we link the impressions of competence. We try to protect the competence, that we have a responsibility to protect the competence of the brand. And so therefore the competence impressions links to the ontological perspective in the sense of protection. And the morality, we have the competence is the consequence. We want to protect the consequence that people has built with a good brand, which is a consequentialism or utilitarianism. So we're trying to, or teleological. So we're trying to protect the competence, which is the consequence. But again, we have a moral principles to correct, whatever people has done wrong, and we try to do the ethical review. So that is the morality linking to the protective decision making. These two, the combination impression linking to the ethics, warranting customer intentions, right fact online review. So we therefore propose a theoretical sequence to help us understand what drive customers right fact online review from the impressions that we form, based on the competence of the brand, and also based on the morality, that how we think we are skeptical about the reviews, and therefore it links to the deontological, which is the principles, and the consequentialism, which is the teleological, to protect or either to correct it. And these two therefore warrant our decisions, our intentions to write fact online review. So we methodological perspective, we focus on the qualitative survey. So we have to develop the questionnaire design, and we set up 1,800 distributing to UK, Italy, and France. And then we have 1,200 plus valid responses that we can do the the structural equations modeling. And before we do that, we pre-tested 134 through the convenience sampling, those who have had experience with the with these they are writing the intentions to write fact online reviews, and they have actually done it. So we actually tested the questionnaire design that we have, although we adopted and we modified it, and then we also set it up to 1,000 plus. And so those are the general questionnaire design that we have done. And you can see from the from the questionnaire design, before we do the analysis, we have to ensure that all the questionnaire, the surveys, the indicators that measures the construct are reliable, and they do not overlap and cross interacting in a very messy way. So we're talking about validity. So this is our statistical evidence showing that we have a very reliable survey, questionnaire survey, and this demonstrate that each of the construct, like the variables that we are measuring, like brand attitude or whatever, those that we have just explained, which I will explain again, are not, there are different constructs. So meanings that they measure different things, and so therefore they do not overlapping, and therefore we are doing we are doing the valid and reliable survey. Our methods, which I will illustrate again from a conceptual model perspective, what I have just explained in the background. But from here, we basically demonstrate that nostalgia, the brand competence, the nostalgia, brand nostalgias or brand strengths. So meanings that if we think that a brand has already built a strong confidence that we really believe in the brand, and it demonstrates a negative intentions to write fake online reviews. So therefore, the brand strength, the brand nostalgia, which is the competence, the impressions that we form of the competence of whatever brand services, it reduces our intention. That is a corrective, ethical corrective. So we're trying to correct it, yeah. And then we also demonstrate that skepticism review, when we feel that a review is skeptical of the authenticity, and we think that the reviews are not projecting fairness, then we are trying to the previous one was to protect it, and this one was to correct it. So when we feel that it is the reviews are skeptical or unfair, we increase our intentions to write fake online review. So we are trying to correct it. So we want to say that, you did it wrong. It is not like this, and therefore we're trying to correct with our intentions to write fake online review, and adjusting and correcting the whatever mistake that or whatever belief that we think was wrong. Okay, so these are the situation, and we in this yellow block, you will see that these when we have the intensity the more intentions that we want to write fact online review, it demonstrates the positive correlations with the boycott. So the more we intend to write, when consumers' intentions to write fact online review increases, we show that the way that they boycott the services, the brand. So that is basically the situations that we see. So in conclusion, from this conceptual model, you will see that that people like us form an impression on competence and morality, the competence of the brand through the brand nostalgias, how we form the relationship with the brand and the brand strength that we have, and that we think that they have done a good job. People have done a good job with the brand, and they have demonstrated a good messages, and we believe in the brand, and therefore it reduces the intentions to write fact online review, and that is demonstrated through protection. So people are trying to protect whatever brands or the teleological consequences of good things that the brand has done. So we try to protect it by reducing the intentions to write fact online review. But on the other hand, when we are skeptical and we have a moral duty to correct it, to correct whatever has been, we think it was not quite authentic, and therefore it increases the intentions to write fact online review, and this intention, which we have seen from the result, demonstrate that the higher the intentions to write fact online review, the boycott behavior against the brand, whatever, has increased. So you can see that why people are boycotting, which is really associated with the intention to write fact online review, which again is relating to how they perceive relating to the brand, and skepticism or unfairness of the whatever on the review side. But when their intention increases, it has a negative effect also, which is opposite to the boycott. They also reduces the willingness to pay. So higher the intention to write fact online review, it reduces the consumer's willingness to pay a price premium, and it also reduces the willingness to recommend the brand to others, and they also feel less satisfaction. So you can see the intention, which we hardly realize it really has a lot of negative impact on the market. It reduces all the revenues, and the quantities and the qualities. So I think it's very, very critical that we really need to understand consumer intentions. And this research that I have done with my colleague demonstrate that integrating these three, the impression formation theory with the teleological ethics, it warrants the intentions to write, which will deliver result that is either create the value for the businesses, or it destroy the value. So boycotting behavior, it's a value destroyer. It destroys the value for the organization, for the brand. But the willingness to pay, it's all those things are value creator. But if you have increased the intentions to write fact online review, it also reduces the value creation. I will go very quick now, because you already have a very strong, robust understanding. I'm trying to add on with the cultural differences, because we see there are subtle differences. If we borrow the Hofstede's cultural understanding, we comparing France, Italy, and United Kingdom, you will see that the Italy, which is the blue color on the indulgent side, the Italians are less indulgent compared with France and compared with United Kingdoms, and they demonstrated a very, very interesting relationship in terms of the how they think about the protect the brand, and how they try to correct whatever is unfair, linking to the intention. So we can see that they have a larger negative correlation, meanings that they are trying to protect these brand competence, and also to correct it, larger positive, trying to correct it. So less indulgent countries like Italy, they demonstrate more correction, and also demonstrates more protection against the brand, which you will see that it is quite different from United Kingdom, which is on the lower side of this. So this graph is just demonstrating this graph, but it is we have to do the statistical analysis to compare whether what we say that they are different are significantly different. So we have to do this multi-group analysis, and demonstrating with all this bootstrapping and permutation to demonstrate that there are significant difference across the different country. So we therefore learned that in general, high indulgence. We know that high indulgence companies usually they are less restricted investment, and more lenient in terms of their whatever rules and regulation. So therefore, very, very interesting conclusion that links to those cultural differences is that the half this low indulgence culture country will act more rule based. So they're more protecting. Correcting. So they strongly think of the rules and regulation, and they're more likely to protect the things which is the brand nostalgia and brand strength, to correct the possible wrongdoings of the skepticism, things like that. So therefore, it comes to the theoretical conclusion. Implication is that these integrations of the impression formation theory, that in a way linking to the ontological principle-based ethics and the teleological consequence-based ethics in a way of protection and in the way of correction, demonstrated to the intentions to write Fact Online Review that warranted. It creates it delivers a very robust theoretical contributions that fills the gap in the in the existing literature. So that is all about this page. And if you look carefully, again, just one additional analysis of the data, you will see that all these hypotheses, whether it is protections or correction in the sense of brand or whatever skepticism, the intentions to write a Fact Online Review, whether it's positive or negative, the weights are the coefficient. The beta coefficients are very much similar. So it demonstrates that corrections and protection are equally important. So we can therefore link to elaboration likelihood model. Again, people who want to do the future research can, go for it. So therefore, this paper presents two types of consequences, as I already explained. It adds revenue and profit earning value, value creation, and it destroys the value for the businesses. If we from the conceptual model that we do, so we from a business perspective, we need to ensure that we are doing the right thing with the brand, we are doing the right thing with the social media messages, that in a way that can boost up the revenues and do not destroy the value, things like that. These things is just like I have explained it before. just a different perspective on the culture, on the individualism perspective, that we see that the UK, United Kingdom, is more individualistic comparing to Italy and France, and therefore you can see that continual increases in terms of the duty protection, the correction duties or things like that. So from a managerial perspective, I know that we need to pay attention to whatever I'm just making a conclusion. So back to our audience and colleagues, that the practical implication is that we need to make sure that we do a good thing on our brand, ensuring that everyone forms a good impressions with the brand. So therefore, we need to do a good job with the brand and enable the consumers to form nostalgia relationship with the brand, and ensuring that we have a good association in all perspective throughout the brand ecological system, so that we have brand strength, and we make sure that it is in alignment with the social media review and things like that, so that it would not cause chaos in terms of intentions to write fake online reviews, and therefore boycotting or jeopardizing whatever the willingness to pay, things like that. Yeah. So this is all about my presentations, and back to Chairman Professor Water. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tan. It was an honor to us to have you here.
Thank you.
We would like to call Professor Pankaj. And once again, thank you very much, Dr. Chen. We are with our schedule really sticky, so I'm sorry being so quick, and once again, thank you very much. So now we are having the lecture from Dr. Pankaj. Or, hello, Dr. Pankaj. Welcome again.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your lecture. Do you need any help to start your presentation?
Yeah, let me share my presentation. Is it visible to all of you?
Sorry, I can't understand.
My slides are visible?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I have already shared it. Is it okay, sir?
No, not yet. Let me check something here.
Yeah, check. Because I have already shared from here.
No, we are not seeing it yet. Professor, in the bottom of the screen, you have the icons from the Okay. So, Professor Pankaj, in the bottom of the screen,
Yeah.
on the right side of the icons of microphone and camera,
Yeah.
you have this icon that looks like an screen and a
Okay.
plus sign in
Yeah.
the middle of it.
Okay.
You can click there and, well, let me show you.
Yeah. Just a minute. Just a minute. I am just trying. Not visible.
No, not yet.
Just a minute, sir. It is not visible, sir.
Por favor, Kleber. Hello, Dr. Pankaj.
Yeah, sir. I have shared the screen.
Okay,
I s-
now we can see your slides.
Okay, it is visible.
Yes.
Okay. So thanks for inviting me to deliver this presentation. And
You
this is concerned with the diagnostic system for diabetes. It's an approach. So let me share some little bit about my uh, city where I lives. This is the city where I stay. That is the holy river Ganga. This is concerned with my institute where I'm working as a professor. These are my research students and the association with my buildings. And this is one of the famous organization, the Fetter Academy of India. It has a very strong establishment, and your university has already an MOU with us. I'm here as a general secretary. These are the certain glimpses concerned with our activities in the respective countries and the respective part of the India. Hope these slides are running there. Now, this talk is basically concerned with the medical diagnosis process, and here we are utilizing some computational system like the soft computational system. With the help of that, we would like to design an AI-driven intelligent diagnostic system. This is an approach that how a medical diagnosis can be carried out with the help of the soft computing mechanism, and with the help of that, how we can design an intelligent system. With the help of that, a patient can diagnose himself or a society where this system is installed. These system will helpful for the society as well. I'm not taking much more time. This is a concern with the medical diagnosis, because we know that medical diagnosis is a phenomena. It is a completely vague, it is completely imprecise, it is completely an ambiguous phenomena. It totally depends upon the wake up of the patient, how the patient describe his disease, how the patient describe the symptoms, or whatever he or she is having a medical history. In accordance with the description, the medical or the physicians take a decision to refer some medicine. The first thing is that the response of the patient and the response of the physician both are ambiguous, both are vague. So therefore, the diagnosis is almost a phenomena where nothing is very much clear. It depends upon the intuition, the sharpness, the daily frequency of the patients, and so many other factors. On the basis of that, a patient is examined by a physician, especially about diabetes. I am here discussing because this is a very mega medical disorder in the human body system that depends upon only the bad lifestyle, and that makes a patient or that makes a person feel ill under this domain. Here I am just referring some computing tools. This is a soft computing tools. This is one of my specialization where I used to work, and this phenomena is now going to be examined by these soft computing tools. And because the computational system designed on the basis of the classical way, they are incapable to capture the ambiguity, complexity, vagueness, and imprecision. That's why uncertainty remains, and that doesn't resolve. So therefore, we are making use of this phenomena. Here I'm not taking much more time. Here just giving a simple interaction between the patient and the physician, how the patient and physician interacts, and on the basis of that interaction, how the decision is taken by a physician. That is totally based on the laboratory medical findings, symptoms, medical tests, and so many other mechanisms. But sharpness of the answer, the sharpness of the diagnosis is not very much clear. It is always in the ambiguous, or it is always in the linguistic phenomena. And that's why this phenomena that we have designed, that we have tried to capture here, would like to give a glimpse of that some procedures were adopted way back in 1950s based on the statistical tools. But you know that in the statistical tool, the data are always real, data are always existing. On the basis of the existing data, the decisions are made. But here the data of the respective patients are not available, and therefore on the unavailability of the respective data is to be generated on the basis of the interaction, and on the basis of those data then we start the working of this one. Here just giving a glimpse of that, in 1926 one of the famous physician, Ludwig Fleck, he just analyzed that the physicians are not working, are not following any scientific mechanism to diagnose a patient. Their phenomena is totally based on the response of the patient. Their phenomena is totally based on their intuition. The phenomena is totally based on the frequency of the patient in that particular season, or the frequency of the patient that particularly they examine. On the basis of that, they try to analyze. So therefore, not a very specific scientific model is there. That's why Ludwig Fleck thought, let us take the support of some mathematicians, those they will resolve this issue. And if any structure is designed on the basis of the mathematical theme, definitely that will provide an absolute platform for the diagnosis basis. But unfortunately, that moment the mathematicians were not very much interested in that domain. But we believe that in 1965, the one of the professor that is L.A. Jade, who introduced the concept of the fuzzy set, and on the basis of the concept of the fuzzy set, the non-conventional pattern of the mathematical tools came in picture, and then the rest is the history. So therefore, that we believe that the Ludwig Fleck is one of the person who thought something related with the non-conventional approach of a mathematical tool, especially concerned with the medical phenomena. So therefore, And that is the reason why we are going to apply this tool in order to capture. And just a few minutes about a brief detail about the L.A. Jade, the person who introduced the concept of the fuzzy tools. And this person is very much responsible for the development of this coining this word of this non-conventional mathematical tools under the name of soft computing mechanisms. Here, let's have a look at how these soft computing tools are very effective in the respective domain of the medical science, especially related with the internal medicine, cardiology, vascular medicine, intensive care, anesthesia, pediatrics, urology, endocrinology, gynec, psychiatric and ophthalmology, and many more domain of the medical science can be very well examined with the help of this one. Let me give a brief detail about the diabetes. You know that there are the two types of diabetes are there. Type 1, that is based on the genetic one. Type 2, that is concerned with the disorder of the or a poor lifestyle. So we will try to examine these phenomena concerned with this one. Certain works that is concerned with this process has been shared here. Let me share the content concerned with the how we can develop an intelligent system, how we can design an artificial intelligence based machine that will examine on the basis of the real life data of a patient. Let me share some simple procedures that I have adopted in this particular approach. Here, we are concerned with the certain factors that is basically concerned with the diabetes process. That is, the important factor is the fasting blood sugar, the postprandial blood sugar, the random blood sugar, and oral glucose tolerance test, and ultimately HbA1c test. These are the basic tests that is generally applied to examine the current status of a patient or a person who is having very poor lifestyle. So therefore, in order to capture this one, we are here considering certain factors that will treat as a input content, and these input contents are the respective age of a person, HbA1c of that particular fellow, fasting blood sugar, postprandial blood sugar, obesity, sleeping hour, stress level, sensitivity to the medical examination, and the physical exercise. Generally, there are so many factors are there, and these so many factors that I can share here that I have not involved here. These are the deficiency in the vitamin D3, level of your the layer of the skin, the thickness and the sensitivity of the layer, that is the this one, the concern with the cornea and the retina. These are for much more features are there that we have already done. So these features generally concerned with the diagnosis of the diabetes. But here in this particular presentation, I am sharing the machine that I have designed with the help of the following these 9 input factors, and these 9 input factors are translated with the help of the respective mathematical functions. These mathematical functions exactly follow the criteria and pattern of these respective phases like age, HbA1c, fasting blood sugar, postprandial blood sugar, obesity, sleeping hour, stress level, sensitivity to medical examination, and physical exercise. And these are the respective mathematical tools that will translate as like the sigmoidal functions, the Gaussian functions. These are the two respective functions that adopt nonlinear criteria. And we know that in the nature, everything happens in accordance with the nonlinear pattern. So here, the age, their respective layers like young, middle-aged, aged, very aged, old, has been translated with the help of the mathematical tools. Then the HbA1c and their respective layers like low, normal, pre-diabetic, high, very high, and the respective mathematical translations are displayed here with the help of their graphical sketches. Then the fasting blood sugar, the respective layer and their respective mathematical translations. Then the postprandial blood sugar, the respective layers of the postprandial blood sugars like very low, low, normal, high, and very high. And these respective layers are mathematically translated in the form of the sigmoid function, Gaussian functions, and ultimately sigmoid function, because there are many more non-linear functions are there, but basically for this machine we have preferred these two functions. And with the help of that, we have already captured the obesity. You know that obesity is responsible for your body mass index, and in accordance with the body mass index, we feel that the patient or the person is sensitive to the diabetes or pre-diabetic status. So therefore, respective translations has been carried out with their respective graphical sketches. And we know that the sleeping hour is a very important aspect for a medical fitness, for the recovery of all these repairing of the all these tissues that damage during our daytime day-to-day activities. And that once we have a very sound sleep, that sound sleep helps to repair all these damages that happens inside the body system. And that's why these sleeping hours, whether it is very low or normal or high, and we know that it is at least 7 hours sleeping is required for the well fit body. Otherwise, if you are having a very less number of hours for the sleeping habit, that means a lot of other features generates, and the proper maintenance of the tissues that damages due to our day-to-day activities are not properly repaired, and that causes many more issues concerned with the pre-diabetic or diabetic patterns are here. So here the stress level, this is also depends upon the phenomena that is very much responsible. A healthy mind based on the west environment, if the environment of your respective domain is not very good, its very stress level is very high, this is also one of the responsible factor that disease causes. And the sensitivity to the medical examination, this is also a very important aspect. Somebody, those who every day check their blood sugar, definitely they are becomes very sensitive. And those who six monthly or yearly, that's why they are a little bit relaxed one. So we have also captured this aspect as well for designing the intelligent system that I am going to propose here. Physical exercise, it is also a very important aspect, as we know that the food that we consume generates a good amount of calories, and if these calories are not burned, so definitely that causes another issues. So in order to burn those calories, definitely the physical exercise are required. And this physical exercise has been classified as a little effective, slightly effective, very effective, and strictly extremely effective. Depends upon the hours and minutes that you consume, that we have respected, evaluated in the name of range, and then finally translated in the form of a mathematical shape. These are our four output of the machine that I am going to suggest here, that I'm going to propose here, that I have already designed here. And these are the respective output variables are, they are the type 1, the type 2, the normal, and the pre-diabetics. These are the respective four phases of the diabetic structures are there. So these our machine will diagnose in accordance with these things are here. Let's have a look at the mega calculations. Actually, the respective input variables and the respective layers. See that age, it is having a 5 layers, HbA1 having a 5 layers, HB fasting blood sugar is also having a 5 layer, postprandial blood sugar is also having a 5 layers. This one is obesity is also having a 5 layers. Sleep hours, that is the sleeping hour is concerned with the 4 layers we have classified is stress, sensitivity to the medical examination, and physical. So if you combine all these things under the linguistic string, so this is the combination, this is the figure that you can imagine, this is the number of possible linguistic strings are generated. And human mind, we cannot store all these data at a moment so that we can diagnose. So that's why this is the machine generated data, and this machine generated linguistic strings are calculated numerically, and these numerical strength of the respective linguistic strings are here described here. Then the other calculations, that is these linguistic strings followed by our utility matrix, and so many other procedures are there. So here we generate the linguistic strings based on the utility matrix. This utility matrix, it gives here a procedure that we start this algo on the basis of the consultation of the doctor, because here we involve the doctors. On the basis of the linguistic strings, we place all these data, means the linguistic strings as per our own observations, in front of the medical experts, and then their opinion is required, and to scale the features in accordance with the 0 to 100. If the patient data as per the medical experts suggested to the 0, it means he is nearby 0, it means he is medical fit. But if his output is measured by a physician nearby 100, it means he is in a different in a dangerous domain. So this is a basic algorithm that I have suggested here. This algorithm is evaluated by this process, and these are the details of the calculations that we have carried out. and then the sensitivity has been examined here. So this is the ultimate, our methodology's complete picture is here described with the help of the algorithm. According to this, our machine will function. And in order to capture the performance of the machine, let's have a look for this. See here, this respective steps. These are the respective inputs. These are the respective outputs. Then the step 1, as I suggested in the algorithm, that translate in the respective fuzzy sets. Then the step 2 is concerned with the state of the fuzzy sets. Then the respective utility matrix and calculation based on the decision making algorithm on the step C and the step U. And then we do the calculation. The maximum number in the computations will suggest us the final output here. So let's have a look the real life data that we have collected from a local hospital. This is concerned with a patient whose age is 63 years, HbA1c is 6.8, fasting blood sugar is 119, ppbs is 152, obesity is 24.2, sleeping hour is 7 hours, stress level is 12, sensitivity to the medical examination is 120 dose, the physical exercise is 30 minutes. Once we go for the calculation as suggested by the algorithm for the machine, this calculation suggests that the C here, the highest digit that appears, the highest digit is 0.772. That calculate that based on the calculation suggested by the algorithm and the machine that we have suggested. It means the data that has been shared by a hospital, and that data is concerned with the patient who is currently in the pre-diabetes domain. Similarly, if we concern the second data that I am sharing with you, all of you, the person age is 36 years, HbA1c is 8.9, fasting blood sugar is 220, ppbs is 350. Obesity is 20.3, sleeping hour is 7, stress level is 22, sensitivity to medical examination 90 days, and physical exercise is 20 minutes. Apply the same procedures, the output concerned with the normal, pre-diabetes, type 1 and type 2, it comes, and here we notice the highest digit that appears with the help of the suggested algorithm are computed by the machine. As we designed, it comes as 0.8100. It means this data indicates that the patient whose data is concerned is exactly suffering from to the type 2 level of the diabetes due to his poor lifestyle. See here, these are the some analysis that we have carried out, and this system has been designed with the consultation of the two physicians. Dr. M.B. Singh, who is living, is a government physician, and this one, Dr. R.P. Singh, who is having their own clinic, for their valuable suggestions and the data that has been provided by the Narayani Ashram Hospital. We have designed this article, and on the basis of this article, on the basis of the MATLAB software, we have designed this software. This software can be run on the basis on the MATLAB software in accordance with the data as I shared above: age, HbA1c, FBS, ppbs, obesity, sleep hour, stress level, sensitivity to the medical examination, physical exercise, the data that I shared. This machine, if it is this machine is run on the MATLAB, it computes and indicates the pre-diabetic status of the patient number 1. See the second case that I shared with all of you, as evaluated by the machine. It clearly indicates that the age, HbA1c, fasting blood sugar, ppbs, obesity, sleeping hour, stress level, sensitivity to the medical examination, physical exercise. This machine, as it is run on the MATLAB software, it can be it predicted that the patient is suffering from type 2. It means the machine that we designed, this machine is very helpful to the patients, especially to the members of the respective society. They may check their own status. What is the current status of their diabetic label in accordance with the parameter or the input variable that I have suggested. So therefore, this is one of the generation of the machine. The another generation of the machine that we have now almost designed, incorporating the deficiency of the vitamin D, incorporating the factors connected with the retinopathy, incorporation with the data concerned with the layer thickness of the skin, much more sharper output can be designed. So thank you very much, sir. This is for sharing, for providing my time to provide you details concerned with my development that is associated with the physical fitness, diabetes, status of a patient who himself may examine with the help of the suggested machine. I have already applied for the patent for this machine. Hopefully, what will be the output, I will share with all of you. Thank you very much for providing me a time to this platform and to connect with the Veni Creator Christian University, because we have already an MOU with the VCCU. Hopefully, in future, we will conduct a joint conference in a much mega scale, sir.
Thank you very much for your lecture, Dr. Pankaj. It was an honor to have you here with us. And this subject is very important. So thank you very much for your time and your lecture.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully, during June, I will be visiting US. Hopefully, I would like to meet you there.
Okay. Thank you.
During June 2026, I am visiting US.
In June?
In June
Okay.
2026, I am visiting US and would like to meet you.
Okay. I'm not sure I can be here at this time because I'm Brazilian and I come to Brazil
Okay.
in a few days. But
Okay,
anyway,
okay.
it was an honor to have you here with us, sir. It's really kind of you.
Thank
And
you,
doc-
sir. Thank you. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Dr. Tim, thank you also. It was a great honor to have you both here in this morning here in United States to giving your lectures. It was great moments we had here. Thank you very much and
Thank you, sir.
have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, sir. It is now Dr. Tan's place. It is now, I think, 11 o'clock. And he is going to have a sound sleep. At my place, it is 9:30. After this, I will take my dinner and then we'll go for the sound sleep.
Oh,
Okay.
I wish you a good rest.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Be in touch, Dr. Walter. Be in touch. Hopefully, we will conduct much more academic activities jointly.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Dr. Tan. So I'm leaving, sir. Okay.
Olá, congressista! Aqui é a Gabriele Diniz e eu vim aqui explicar como você vai poder tirar o seu certificado do terceiro CIVEN. É muito fácil. Preste atenção atentamente aos 3 dias do evento para a palavra-chave que vai ser falada em uma das palestras. Anote as palavras-chave e vá com as suas informações até o site. Quando chegar lá, procure a aba Certificados. Lá você vai colocar suas informações com atenção para que todas saiam corretas e as palavras-chave faladas nos 3 dias. Pronto, seu certificado vai ficar pronto imediatamente. Viu como é fácil? A Veni inovando mais uma vez.